Bhagavato Dhamma Sambuddhassa Sukho Saddhammas Kesana Sukho Sanghassa Samagi. May all beings be happy, safe, and sound. Ladies and gentlemen, Upasaka Upasika, after we pay respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and requesting for the refuge, now let us together meditation for a while, collecting love and compassion from our great teacher, and keeping our mind and our heart and spreading to our friends who are sitting here, as well as our relatives and family who are far from here, and especially for those who are already passing away. May all of them be happy and sounds. Let's start for meditation for a while. Meditation begin. Tapi sata bhavantu sukhitata. May all being be happy. Meditation finished. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, Upasaka Upasika, good morning. I'm so happy today could be together with you because after almost 5 years, I do not visit this nice place because of COVID and other activities. My name is Jayamedho Thero from Indonesia, East Java, and I'm running a temple in Dhammadipa Arama in Malang. It's a nice place. It's close to the Bromo mountain. My today topic is living life to the fullest. Would like to explain about work-life balancing. As you may be aware that we are living like two poles, northern poles and southern pole. Northern pole as look like Lokia Sukha, looking for happiness in the worldly life. It's on the right. It's called, why I call it right? Because it's always right destination. You are looking for happiness in the worldly life. And the other pole is southern pole. It's more cool and quiet. It's like Lokutara Lokia. Lokutara Sukha, happiness in the spiritual life. These two poles, we are living in the middle. All are depend on you. Which one, which direction actually you are steering on the direction. Normally, after we graduate from the school, university, and something like that, we are looking for the success. Somebody said that after you success, then you will be happy. What is the criteria of success? Normally, you put criteria on the money and materials. That is according to the Maslow theory. On the first side, the bottom is money and materials. Some young man said, no money, no girl. No girl mean that. Money is also important, but not the most, you know. Without money, then it's not easy to get well of your life. Everything must be used with money. But as you may raise a question, is it possible that someone could live without money? Oh, yes. The monk, the crazy monk. The crazy monk. We can learn from the life of the Lord Buddha. He was a prince that we are looking position like a crown prince, you know. And he's so rich. A lot of diamond, gold, silver, something like that. And also he had a beautiful wife and also children that we are looking for. Everybody. That's why we call it the right one, the right wing. But it's not bring happiness. Because on the right wing is a lot of temptation, a lot of struggling, a lot of greediness. If you are not greedy, it means that it's not easy for you to be rich. Richness similar with the greediness. That is what I experienced, because long time as a businessman, I was, greediness is part of my life, It's always increasing the tanha. After you have a second-hand car, then looking for the latest model of the cheapest car, and then bigger and bigger and bigger, never ending. The limitation is only the sky. Then a lot of struggling, a lot of unsatisfactory, because you compare of your life with other people. Whatever the people have, then you have intention also to have a similar things, especially for the ladies, Ladies is a poor woman in the world, because every time she's invited for a party, then they said, oh, I don't have clothes. Always, I do not have clothes. And she doesn't want to be compete with other girls with the same color, same model. But for men, oh, rich people, every time come here and they're the same shirt, same batik, I said rich because doesn't have any shameful, maybe. The competition of the richness make you struggling and unhappiness. And between the two poles, the Lokia and Lokutara, we are living in the between. It's always moving here and then. In Indonesia, there is a rich man, a lawyer, very rich. He sent a lot of diamonds, the most expensive diamond, When he's talking like this, oh, look, my diamond. And he said, well, I'm not happy with these things, materials and money. I have a lot, And around me, so many ladies, beautiful, I can pay. But no happiness, he said. Really. And he has a lot of rental houses and also a beautiful and the biggest entertainment area in Bali. But he said, I'm not happy. I'm so lonely in this world. Even around me is a lot of girls, not boys, A lot of girls, I have everything, And he said, in the public, how can monks in Thailand living in the simple hut, simple food, just receiving donation foods from other people, wearing only 3 pieces of robes, but how can they are living in happiness? That is also the question of our teacher, Lord Buddha, Why he is so worried about this life, He has a lot, everything, but no happiness. It's also come to me, when I was as a businessman, where is the happiness? It's always wanting to be rich. And big question is how to reach the happiness. Because success is our right, but happiness is not yet come. So should we happiness first or success first? Normally we said success, because success could be measured by having a lot of materials and money, houses. But why so many people to buy car first rather than house first? Because if you have a house, you cannot show to your other people, because it's very rare. You invite other people to come to your home and enjoy of your richness. But if you have car, then you come to this place, new car. It's always new car. You are so proud of that, you are success. That's why car is as a standard of living, but maybe not in Singapore, It's always new car. I saw yesterday in the harbor, there are many second-hand cars, Now, that is the situation, Success and happiness is always questionable. Normally, we said that success first. If you are success, you are happy. That many people, like I said, that he is so rich, so success in the worldly life, but no happiness. And he said, in the public, I would like to be a Buddhist monk. He's a Christian. I have a Buddhist monk. Why? He looks like so happy. But I don't know whether the monk also happy or not, I don't feel it, But at least peaceful life, So peaceful life is also important to reach happiness, If you are having a peaceful mind and peaceful heart, then the happiness is very, very close to you. For looking for the Lokia, as a rich man, then Loba is there. Competition is there. Struggling is there. And sometimes, violence is there. Even in the business life, struggling is very, very, it's always happened, Sorry that my English is so limited, so I cannot speak so fluently like you. So struggling is that is the dukkha, that is unsatisfactory. Whatever you achieve, then only a couple of months, couple of days sometime. And then you said, I would like to have better. That's why the situation, modern life is faster, better, and looking for cheaper price. That's make you suffering. It's quite different with the monk, even monk, sometimes I saw, having a new handphone. Not for making easy communication, but sometimes, just to kill the time, to see the TikTok, YouTube, Netflix, and something like that, just to kill the time. That's not a good monk like me, I'm not a good monk. So there are two pole twins. It means that we are looking for balancing, because if you are going too far from the direction to the right side, then unhappiness is there. That's why you are looking for the happiness should be moved to the left side. Calmness, peace, harmony, and happiness. So if you have a happiness, success is very easy to be achieved. But when you are looking for the success as your target, as your goal, then happiness is look like what is tikus kecil itu apa namanya? Hamster looking, going around and around and around and never ending. You can see from your clothes at your cupboard, how many. Always not enough, and not enough. But as a monk, it's always say enough. Even eating, there's no enak as a monk, because enak is only on your tongue. When you take it out and put it inside, then tidak enak is there. Even the same materials is only in your mind. That's why we are looking for the balancing of life. So everybody, you are looking for the heavy work, especially in the city like in Singapore, is so stressful, depressed, and there's no happiness. I've experienced, in 1970, mid-80, where telephone, handphone atau telephone is not yet developed, It's very nice. When I took holiday in Europe for 2 months, 1 month in Europe and 1 month in America for the long leave holidays. Very nice. Nobody disturbed me because the telephone is the old style, Nobody do. But nowadays, especially in the 1890, when I was in the international business, it's always disturbed by telephone. Telephone should be open. We may not close it. Very, very stressful. But now as a monk, peaceful is my right. Because less less desire, living in the satisfactory situation. That's why, of my experience like that, last year, I make it to finish a film about real life. Everybody looking for what is the real life. That's why I presented that film for the Sangha and then performed in the World Sangha Council in Auckland during their conference, just to answer how to make balance between work and life, work itself and life. How can we get balance that make you more living in it peacefully, harmony, and happiness? Because happiness, it's our goal of everybody, You can learn from the living of Lady Diana, Princess Diana. Very beautiful, nice person, the wife of a crown prince of England, United Kingdom, Everything she has, but no happiness. Stressful life. No happiness. Is it our goal like that? Or currently like Princess Kate, the future Queen of England, but very, very stressful and depressed. That's why it is our choice, going to the right or going to the left, or like now, living in the middle way. Sometimes going to the right when it's too far, then to the left. When it's too left, then maybe your family will suffer because you don't like to here and there. Then moving out. That is, from time to time, you have to be conscious and aware where is the situation of your life and make it moderate life. Make you yourself happy, but also your family. Life is look like driving a car, actually. Our body is a car, and the driver is rupa, mind, emotion, consciousness. That's the steering of your life. And who is the passengers? Your family, your relatives, your fellow friends, subordinates, your boss. How can you make them happy? In the business, it is called customer satisfaction. How to make satisfaction to all of your customers. Customers is not only your business client, but also your family. How make your boss happy of your job, your manner? How can your peers happy of your attendance? How can you make your subordinate as well, even the office boys, the cleaning service, happy with your presence? Customer satisfaction is also Buddhist teaching. Make them happy. Because you have happiness, then you can give your happiness to others. But if you're poor with your happiness, it means you are also poor to give happiness to other people. So harmonious life is also important for balancing of life. Between work and life, make it balanced. That's why I would like to present a short film made by our committee, and I'm the script writer of this film. Actually, Mong as a script writer and also supervise the making of the film. But for the happiness of others, actually, not for making profit, because this is free of charge. And this year also given by the Sangha, to make another film. So is it a monk or a businessman, make a film concerning the history of the Sangha Theravada Indonesia? Because next year, we will celebrate the golden anniversary of Sangha Theravada of Indonesia. So everybody will know what is the Sangha and what is the effort and what is the values that they have for the happiness of others. And this is my third film, actually, about Buddhism in life. Because Buddhism itself, it's for other people as well as you to live in the moderate life, how to combine, to balance between work and life, so that makes you less stress, less depressed, and increasing happiness, peaceful life, and happy for everybody. So we could see for a while, and then we could question and answer after that. Please, thank you.
In a world often
It's a dual language,
uncertainty and expectation, the relentless pursuit of truth often collides. There's a profound invitation to explore the depths of our existence amidst the incessant suffering and misfortune, amidst the abyss of perpetual hatred and unending warfare. With unwavering honesty and humility, confronting the complexities of our own minds and the illusions of our desires. In the embrace of life's inherent impermanence and unpredictability, we navigate through the labyrinth of existence to start a discovery of profound insights that inspire us to release the burdens of misery. We must first start to embark on the quest of truth, the truth of boundless freedom that arises from life. The liberating truth that true fulfillment lies not in the fulfillment of our expectations. As we navigate the twists and turns of existence, we are often lost. We lost the treasure trove of insight about the meaning of true happiness. We understand that everything we possess is inherently temporary, unlike the timeless truths that offer solace amongst life's complexities. We are rooted to desire that, with its insatiable desire, has led so many people lost within greed of existence. We need to peel back the layers of our existence to reveal the profound truth that has been searched by many. Ignite the light from the highest wisdom and reveal the true liberation, for genuine contentment springs not from the ceaseless chase. How to uncover true happiness?
Meskipun kehidupan seseorang cukup sejahtera, bahkan berkelebihan dalam hal materi, akan tetapi kalau ia hanya mencari kenikmatan-kenikmatan atas hawa nafsu indrawi yang ia mengira bahwa itulah kebahagiaan. Padahal kenikmatan hawa nafsu indrawi itu sangat sementara. Seseorang akan ketagihan, mencari kembali dan mengejar kembali. Tidak ada hentinya. Suatu saat ia akan tiba pada kondisi batin yang sangat hampa. Oleh karena itu, lakukanlah perbuatan-perbuatan baik yang berguna untuk diri sendiri dan bermanfaat untuk orang lain. Melakukan kebajikan itu memberikan kepuasan hati. Dan itulah kebahagiaan yang lebih hakiki.
All pieces are falling to its place. So, what defines true happiness?
Apakah yang disebut dengan kebahagiaan? Kebahagiaan adalah kemampuan kita menyesuaikan antara keinginan dengan kenyataan. Karena kita paling sering terjadi di dalam masyarakat, antara keinginan dengan kenyataan itu terjadi perbedaan. Mungkin kenyataan lebih tinggi daripada keinginan, atau kadang juga kenyataan sama, juga bisa menjadi lebih rendah. Yang paling tidak membahagiakan adalah kalau kenyataan itu lebih tinggi daripada harapan kita atau keinginan kita. Seseorang yang mampu menyesuaikan keinginan dengan kenyataan, maka dia akan punya potensi memperoleh kebahagiaan. Cara untuk menyesuaikan keinginan dengan kenyataan adalah kita mengatakan memang demikian. Karena kalau kita mengatakan kenapa demikian, hasilnya adalah kita ingin mengubah kenyataan. Tapi begitu kita mengucapkan memang demikian, maka yang berubah adalah pikiran kita, harapan kita, keinginan kita. Sehingga kita bisa menyelaraskan dengan kenyataan. Kalau kebahagiaan sejati adalah bahwa keinginan kita itu sebetulnya kita pahami sebagai satu bentuk kemelekatan atau berhubungan dengan dimensi waktu yang dulu ataupun dimensi waktu yang akan datang. Jadi, kita kadang terjebak dengan keinginan di masa lalu yang mungkin tidak tercapai di masa sekarang, dan akhirnya kita tidak bahagia. Atau kita punya harapan di masa sekarang, kemudian bagaimana nanti kalau terjadi di masa depan? Itu juga bisa menimbulkan kegelisahan kalau harapan yang terjadi di masa depan itu mungkin mengkhawatirkan bagi kita. Kemampuan seseorang untuk mencapai kebahagiaan sejati adalah seseorang yang bisa melihat bahwa hidup adalah saat ini. Masa lalu kita pernah hidup, tapi sudah tidak hidup. Karena masa lalu itu hanyalah kenangan. Masa depan kita akan hidup, tetapi belum tentu hidup. Seseorang yang terjebak dengan pikiran-pikiran tentang masa lalu, maka hidup saat ini menjadi tidak bahagia. Badan kita ini sudah bertambah usia, tetapi batin kita ketinggalan di masa lalu. Atau badan kita ini masih di saat ini, batin kita sudah ke masa yang akan datang. Seseorang yang mendambakan kebahagiaan sejati adalah orang yang menjadikan masa lalu ini sebagai pelajaran, kelebihan di masa lalu kita tingkatkan di masa sekarang, kekurangan di masa lalu kita perbaiki saat ini. Kemudian, tidak menolak juga masa depan yang hanya impian, karena hal-hal di masa depan yang menakutkan, kita mulai siapkan saat ini untuk kita jadikan perilaku yang terbaik, sehingga pada saat masa depan itu datang, tidak semenakutkan yang kita bayangkan.
As my understanding deepens, how do I cultivate constant awareness to differentiate true happiness from fleeting pleasures? Who holds the keys to this enlightenment?
Kesadaran itu terdapat dalam diri setiap manusia. Kesadaran yang kita pergunakan untuk mengamati kehidupan ini dengan jelas akan mendapatkan pengertian yang benar. Nah, pengertian yang benar terhadap kehidupan akan menghalau yang namanya delusi atau pandangan-pandangan salah terhadap kehidupan, sehingga orang memiliki kehampaan batin. Delusi ini akan menyebabkan kita terikat dan memanjakan diri, sehingga kita ini tidak bisa mendapatkan kebahagiaan yang sejati, tetapi yang kita dapatkan adalah kebahagiaan yang semu. Oleh karena itulah butuh sekali yang namanya pengertian yang benar dapat menghalau delusi atau pandangan yang salah itu. Dan pengertian yang benar dapat diperoleh apabila kita memilih salah satu cara kehidupan di antara begitu banyak cara kehidupan, yaitu cara kehidupan sebagai biku. Mengapa demikian? Karena cara kehidupan sebagai biku itu menjalani latihan-latihan yang mengarahkan agar kita itu dapat memperoleh pengertian yang benar.
Why is it beneficial to mirror our lives against the path of a monk in pursuit of true happiness?
Banyak orang mencari kebahagiaan, tapi sesungguhnya orang bingung. Apa yang dicari itu adalah kesenangan, kepuasan, sukses. Banyak orang yang sukses, senang, tetapi tidak bahagia. Karena itu bagi mereka yang mencari kebahagiaan, itu sukar akan mendapatkan. Tapi kalau dia tidak mencari kebahagiaan, tapi bisa mengendalikan indria-indrianya, hidupnya tenang, dan melepaskan konflik yang ada di dalam batin, di dalam menghadapi sesuatu yang di luar dirinya atau di dalam dirinya, maka mudahlah akan didapatkan kebahagiaan. Sesungguhnya seorang biku yang sudah menyenangi keheningan, bukan kesepian, bukan loneliness, tapi living alone but not loneliness, maka kebahagiaan itu akan dirasakan dari tahap ke tahap. Itulah makna dari mendapatkan, memperoleh, meraih kebahagiaan di dalam keheningan.
What principles underlie the mental disciplines embraced by these ascetics, and who can adopt these practices?
Kalau kita perhatikan, konsep kehidupan seorang biku adalah pelatihan batin. Melatih batin untuk melihat sejauh mana pikiran-pikiran yang buruk berada dalam batin dan itu harus dilenyapkan, dan sejauh mana pikiran-pikiran yang baik, yang bermanfaat, itu berkembang dalam batin. Karena itu yang membawa kepada kebahagiaan. Dan konsep pelatihan batin ini untuk mengukur kebahagiaan dan penderitaan bukan datang dari luar, tetapi datang dari dalam batin, itu bisa dilakukan oleh siapa saja, oleh siapapun. Artinya, siapapun yang selalu menjaga batinnya agar pikiran-pikiran buruk itu tidak berkembang, bahkan bisa lenyap, di situ kebahagiaan itu pasti muncul. Dan tentunya dengan melakukan demikian, pikiran-pikiran yang baik itu akan berkembang. Dan itu juga adalah sumber kebahagiaan. Dan itu harus kita lakukan walaupun di tengah-tengah era modern seperti saat sekarang ini.
What ultimate purpose is served by embracing the lifestyle of a monk? What are the daily rituals and practices meaning for monks?
This is our temple.
Kehidupan para biku adalah kehidupan
Our student.
membersihkan kotoran-kotoran mental dalam dirinya. Oleh karena kotoran-kotoran mental itu mudah terpancing oleh kenikmatan hawa nafsu indrawi. Kehidupan para biku sangat-sangat sederhana. Akan tetapi dengan kesederhanaannya itu berusaha memberikan manfaat yang sebesar-besarnya kepada orang banyak. Kalau Anda sekalian berusaha memberikan manfaat kepada orang banyak, maka kehidupan Anda menjadi kehidupan yang sangat bermanfaat. Jauh dari kehampaan mental, penuh dengan kepuasan hati.
Kalau kita melihat kehidupan para biku, sebetulnya cukup banyak ya yang dilakukan. Jadi kita mulai dengan kegiatan ritual pada pagi hari, kemudian juga ada kegiatan pindapata, yaitu berkeliling ke masyarakat untuk memberikan kesempatan masyarakat berbuat kebajikan dengan berdana makan. Kemudian juga para biku, ada sebagian juga yang mendapatkan pendidikan atau belajar di sekolah maupun melalui perpustakaan dan lain sebagainya. Kemudian tentu yang tidak boleh dilupakan adalah peningkatan spiritual, yaitu bagaimana berlatih meditasi. Ya, kita juga melatih meditasi duduk, berdiri, berjalan, juga ada sebagian yang kita melakukan meditasi berbaring, yaitu untuk meningkatkan kualitas kesadaran yang kita miliki, karena kita berusaha untuk sadar saat ini sedang duduk, saat ini sedang berjalan, saat ini sedang berdiri, saat ini sedang berbaring, demikian yang kita lakukan. Seorang biku melakukan berbagai kegiatan itu sebetulnya adalah untuk melihat bahwa saya yang tadi berbeda dengan saya yang sekarang, berbeda dengan saya yang nanti. Sehari-hari sebagai seorang biku, dengan yang kita laksanakan itu, akhirnya kita lalu menyadari, loh, masa lalu, masa sekarang, masa yang akan datang itu ternyata satu proses berkesinambungan yang cukup panjang. Dan yang real, yang nyata adalah saat ini. Saya yang tadi hanyalah kenangan, saya yang akan datang baru impian, masih impian. Tetapi kenyataan adalah saat ini. Sehingga apapun yang dilakukan para biku sepanjang hari, kegiatan-kegiatan para biku sepanjang hari, sebetulnya nanti kalau direnungkan, tujuannya adalah untuk melihat hidup yang tidak kekal. Bahwa kenyataan hidup adalah saat ini. Inilah hidup yang tidak kekal.
What precisely is meditation, and how does it guide us towards the discovery of true happiness?
Meditasi adalah pengembangan batin. Nah, dalam meditasi ini ada dua hal yang harus kita lakukan. Yang pertama adalah mengupayakan agar pikiran-pikiran yang baik, pikiran-pikiran yang luhur, seperti kesabaran, cinta kasih, kasih sayang, kebijaksanaan, kewaspadaan, perhatian, dan apapun pikiran-pikiran yang baik itu berkembang. Ini adalah yang pertama. Yang kedua adalah yang harus kita lakukan dalam bermeditasi, bagaimana mengupayakan pikiran-pikiran yang buruk, yang negatif, yang tidak bermanfaat, itu lenyap. Keserakahan kita menjadi berkurang. Paling tidak, kalau tidak lenyap. Kekikiran kita juga menjadi berkurang. Kebencian kita, iri hati kita, kecemburuan kita, arogansi kita, itu berkurang dengan kita bermeditasi. Kenapa? Karena pikiran yang buruk inilah yang membawa kepada penderitaan, konflik, pertengkaran yang terjadi di masyarakat. Dan kalau seseorang ingin bahagia di dalam diri kita, bahagia dengan keluarga, bahagia dengan lingkungan, maka yang harus dilakukan adalah dengan mengembangkan pikiran-pikiran yang positif. Dan ini bisa dilakukan dengan bermeditasi. Maka meditasi sesungguhnya adalah the way of life. Cara hidup yang membawa kepada kebahagiaan dan juga kedamaian.
What moral values are cultivated through adopting the lifestyle of a monk, and how do they manifest in daily lives?
Nilai-nilai moral, kesederhanaan, kebersamaan, dan kasih sayang dalam bentuk memberi kepada sesama dan juga memaafkan kesalahan orang lain terdapat dalam praktek latihan kebikuan. Nilai-nilai moral itu biasanya sangat sulit didapat apabila orang memiliki kehampaan batin, sehingga menimbulkan yang namanya peperangan, konflik, ketegangan, kekerasan di mana-mana. Hal itu akan membuat kita tidak bisa memperoleh kebahagiaan yang sejati. Merubah kualitas batin kita yang semula berbahagia dari pemberian orang lain, sekarang bisa berubah menjadi berbahagia karena memberi pada orang lain. Ini perlu yang namanya kebiasaan atau berlatih, dan berlatih itu tidak ada cara lain adalah berlatih merubah, meningkatkan kualitas batin kita dengan cara kita bermeditasi. Bermeditasi itulah cara untuk merubah kualitas mental kita masing-masing.
Can true happiness coexist with specific conditions or prerequisites? Or does it transcend such limitations?
Kebahagiaan tanpa kondisi hendaknya diketahui bahwa apabila seseorang berbuat kebaikan, kebajikan, ya, sangat generous, sangat dermawan, sebentar saja dia memperoleh kesenangan. Tetapi itu bukan kebahagiaan yang sejati, karena apa yang telah dilakukan itu selalu bersyarat. Kalau syarat itu tidak terpenuhi, timbul ketidaksenangan, timbul kebencian, timbul kemarahan, timbul rasa direndahkan. Tetapi kalau kita memberikan kebaikan dan kebajikan kepada orang lain, pihak lain, tanpa syarat-syarat, maka apabila syarat itu tidak terpenuhi, dia tidak menjadi masalah. Karena itulah maka kebahagiaan yang bersyarat itu adalah kebahagiaan yang disertai dengan forgiveness, memaafkan dan meminta maaf. Maka menimbulkan orang itu menjadi rendah hati, ramah tamah, mudah dirawat. Disitulah nilai kebahagiaan yang tanpa syarat. Sehingga apapun yang terjadi yang tidak sesuai dengan kata hatinya, yang ada cuman saya memaafkan dan saya kasihani mereka itu. Kita semua mengetahui bahwa tiap orang itu selalu mempunyai keinginan. Dan keinginan itu selalu berlomba-lomba untuk selalu mendapatkan lebih besar, lebih banyak, lebih cepat. Dampaknya apa? Selalu didatangkan apa? Tidak puas. Meskipun kita telah memiliki apa yang kita inginkan, itu pun waktunya juga tidak lama. Kemudian apa? Berubah menjadi ketidakpuasan. Kalau kita lihat orang lain mempunyai yang lebih baik, lebih baru, lebih cepat, mereka menimbulkan keinginan kita untuk lebih maju, dan lebih maju. Karena itulah maka kepuasan inilah yang harus dikendalikan. Sampai di mana batasnya saya puas, mudah dirawat, dan mencapai dengan kepuasan yang baru. Tetapi kalau kepuasan yang baru itu tidak tercapai, maka dia selalu mengatakan, memaafkan, forgiveness, tidak masalah. Nanti kita cari di lain waktu. Dengan kesabaran itulah, maka kepuasan itu bisa terkendalikan. Bukan menjadi orang yang serakah, orang yang tamak, orang yang rakus. Dan kalau itu tidak tercapai, menimbulkan kemarahan, kebencian, kedengkian, iri hati, bahkan pembunuhan. Maka kendalikanlah indria-indria kita, perasaan kita, hati kita, pikiran kita, agar kita memperoleh kebahagiaan yang tidak bersyarat, tetapi dalam batas-batas yang terkendali.
Happiness is not attained or delivered by the outside world. It's an internal process of transforming our inner disposition. By embodying moral values and deriving joy from acts of giving, monks epitomize a path towards true happiness and inner tranquility. Their steadfast commitment to spiritual development serves as an inspiration for others to embark on a journey of mindfulness and compassion towards true happiness.
Thank you so much for your attention. Questions? Their English is more perfect than rather my English, you know. That's why we use this one.
So we open up for questions and answers. But maybe before we do that, maybe friends at the back, maybe you just want all come forward so that the pathway is not blocked. So maybe those in front can just come forward, same on the other side, so that people can just pass through to the back. Okay. All right. We have about 20 to 30 minutes for Q&A. So open up the floors. Please raise your hand and pass you the mic. Okay. But maybe before that, Bhante will maybe kick off with the questions.
Yes.
We mentioned about the balance between the right side and the left side that Bhante mentioned earlier, that chasing the worldly desires versus balancing with spiritual journey. How can we really navigate through? Because if you want to be success in life, some people will say that I need to always have an ambitions. But at the same time, you also need to kind of like on yourself down that, you know, it's not always that ambitions that you have. You also need to like find your inner peace, your inner happiness. How do we find that balance? How do we strike that balance?
Yeah, having the balance, you know, it's look like driving a car. On the right side, you know, kaki kanan, kaki kiri, so it depends on us, the destination. Second, the dangers and the environment. By having inner control of your mind and heart, you can put which limit actually better for you, safe and better for you to achieve, you know. Because without knowing, you know, the limit, the dangers is there. Like a car, you know, you're driving. Why? There's a lot of accident in the toll road, you know. Because everybody would like to reach the destination as faster as possible, and would like to run faster rather than the car in front of them. So the consciousness actually is very important to put the limit by using what is the regulation. The regulation said 80 miles, but because of your unconsciousness and your drive spirit, you know, would try to go faster, then the problem is there. That's why some people very like to have a car racing, because just to satisfy himself without considering other safety and something like that. And we remember, you know, that everybody, you know, will drive to satisfy the passengers of the car. It's quite different with racing, satisfy of yourself. So you have to change your mind and heart from the inner self-satisfaction with other people's satisfaction. If your mind is going to create people-centered satisfaction, then it is the break, you know, actually. How can we satisfy other people? As I said before, with your boss, with your peers, with your family, your relative. When your objective is make satisfaction of other people, then the break is there. And the content of this satisfaction is you should have three elements. One is love, second compassion, the third is forgiveness. Because as mentioned by Bhante in the film, you know, that what we are going to achieve sometimes is not same with the reality. Because when it is not the same with reality, we are not happy. But for forgiveness, you know, it's okay. let's accept what is whatever what it is, by looking for another time, to achieve what is our destination. So patience is very important. Patience and passion, patience and passion. So we have to balance it, That is my explanation.
Thank you, Bhante. Questions on the ground? Anyone? Oh, I'll go with this side first.
Thank you, Bhante, for the talk and the nice video, informative video. You mentioned working for the satisfaction of others, and the video mentioned mirroring the lifestyle of a monk. So, for example, one thing lay people have to do is save for their own retirement, as well as potentially help to ensure their family members, their children, their parents are taken care of financially, like for any medical bills or for their retirement and so on. So how does one say mirror the life of a monk, or how does one do as a layperson? How can we best manage our mindset for that? Because it does require working hard to save enough money.
Tapi dia dalam realita di kehidupan sekarang, kalau orang bekerja, mereka harus menyiapkan diri untuk pensiun. Bagaimana menyiapkan financial agar bisa uang itu cukup untuk anaknya, untuk orang tuanya, dan lain. Bagaimana caranya untuk dengan kehidupan setelah sebagai seorang monk itu gimana diaplikasikan gitu?
Yeah, it's not easy, no. When you think how satisfy your children, how can we? The most important, that is my advice of my parents. My parents said, I don't give you heritage with money and money. No, I give you, I was invest you, the knowledge, skill, and attitude. By having three components, you can make your own happiness. Not I provide you with happiness, but you should create your own happiness by having three characteristics: knowledge, skill, and attitude. That is in the Manggala Sutta. Bahu saca cak si panca, vinayu cak susikito, supasita cepat. By three things, you know that my parents having 11 children. So my parents' hobby is making love. 11, 11 children, and happily that the 11 children can grow up by their own way, because my father is not a rich man. By providing, if you're thinking that I should provide my children when I retired, then it is not enough. That's not enough. But when you invest them with the knowledge, skill, attitude, then he can grow by own will and choosing their own way, Because nowadays a lot of conflict between parents and the children, Because the wishes of the parents sometimes is not in line with the children wish, and the conflict is there, But when like my father, you should go your own way. Similar with the Lord Buddha said, I only show you the way, but you should yourself should go and choose your life, That is you're welcome.
The next question.
That's why for me, after so many years, I work in the international companies, then I should decide, at the age of what I should live the worldly life and going to be a monk for preparing for the next life. Next life, not afterlife, Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante, for sharing. Bhante, I was in Malang some years ago to help, in the monastery in teaching English there.
Oh.
And so I had this fear in me because I'm thinking that, you know, as a Buddhist in this village where the majority are, you know, other religions. So I just wonder whether for practicing Buddhism in Indonesia, whether there's a need to balance, talking about balance the efforts of teaching Buddhism amongst other religious people. Yeah, will it you know, incur some fear in other religious groups, and then making it unsafe for the Buddhists staying in the village of the majority, you know, of other faith. So if you could just enlighten me, because I'm still having this kind of feeling in me. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. So far, the relation between the Buddhist and the majority, the Muslim, you know, in the village as well as in the city, is still harmonious compared to the Christianity and the Muslim. Wherever we are living, you know, welcome by the Muslim. Why like that? Because the Muslim knowing very well that the objective of Buddhist is not converting other people to be Buddhist, but the objective is to live harmony with them. So they are not afraid actually. So we don't have problems to build Buddhist temples. As you mentioned that in the film, all are our own temple, you know. In my temple in East Java, you know. So it's quite different when Christian, you know, distributing food stuff, money, and something like that. Then the Muslim are thinking, oh, that is fishing, you know, to make them converted into Christian. But when the Buddhists come there, then we ask them to join. And they are happy. Oh, their objective is not converting other people to be Buddhist, but the objective and make them living to live happily. That's why there's no apa itu ya, tantangan, challenging. There's no challenging by them to prevent the Buddhists come to the village. Because in the cities, mostly the Chinese Buddhists, but in the village, mostly the locals. So we adopt the local tradition among the Muslim people, because the tradition is the same, you know. But in the city, Chinese, even in this village, you know, sometimes we doing the Chinese New Year celebration as well by inviting other people from the cities. And we can live together harmoniously and happily is more important rather than the conversion. That's why there's no threat from the majority to the Buddhist actually. Here and there sometimes happen, but we can solve peacefully, you know. The misunderstanding sometimes happened, but we can solve it peacefully. That is important, you know.
Okay, so I still have time for questions. Just fun fact, I think. Bhante actually ordained to become a monk at the age of 70.
70. Old monk, but young monk, but old age.
Yeah.
But I active in the. I come from the Muslim family, you know. All my family are Muslim, but we are not fanatic, because my parents adopted the local belief where the seed of Buddhism are there. So in the Javanese culture, a lot of Buddhist philosophy and values over there. So we introduced Buddhism in the country by local cultures. So there's no conflict, you know. But we adopt the foreign values, maybe it's conflict, you know.
Yeah, so you can see how Bhante path his life and basically like plan that he wants to go into the spiritual path at the age of 70. Okay. Right, we still have time. Questions, maybe another 2 to 3 questions. I'm good. Anyone in the here have questions? All right, another questions.
Yeah. So in the video, I noticed there was some, looks like there were some Muslims doing meditation.
Meditation,
Yeah. Yeah. So is it a popular course teaching meditation to people of different religions?
Yeah,
In,
sure.
oh,
In my temple, you know, and also in other temple in East Java, you know, the participant, the Catholic priest, they ask special session for them. Special session. We can see that. And also the Muslim with the scarf, you know, normally everybody afraid, you know. She also joined with our session in my temple. Twice a month, we opened for the public. It's called not meditation, but relaxation exercise. So no afraid with meditation. Bawana, you know, oh, afraid. Why don't you use a very nice place? It is what was it called? Relaxation. So make it relax. Every day, after 1 week working in this cities, a lot of depressed situation, come to temple free of charge. Sitting here, living here, eating here in the refresh area, so you can go home happily. Using the scarf, you know. And then when she go home, then wearing the scarf again. And one of our Samanera student also, his name is Muhammad. Muhammad Farid, you know, come from Pesantren as well. And he became a Buddhist, you know, because as a monk, you know, should be Buddhist. Otherwise, maybe be afraid that the conservative Muslim will create problem over there. So how can we manage, especially using the local wisdom, you know, to spread Buddhism in the local language, you know. That is it. For instance, that the Buddhists say no God in Buddhism. It's unwise, because in Indonesia everybody should believe in God. But I said, oh, the Buddhists very rich, not only one God, but believe in gods. Maybe like the Indian, you know. And then at that time, I'm a layman at the time, struggling, you know, to convince them that in Buddhism there is God, but different interpretation. Different interpretation. That's why I produced also the meeting between Muslim and Muslim. What is the perjumpaan itu apa?
The meeting point.
The meeting teaching Islam, you know, there's only one book ever published, you know. So everybody will know, oh, between Islam and Buddhism, similarity. For instance, in the 27th of this month, I myself with my little sisters come to the cemetery of my parents, you know. That is because we are facing Ramadan, fasting months. That is the Buddhist culture. Jingbing as well as it is a Jingbing, you know. That is our culture, you know. Let's come together. So we can have a good relation with them by using the local culture, and we should be wise. That's why in the Buddhism, you know, panya is very important. Panya is very important, the wisdom, because the wisdom is the crown of having harmonious and peaceful relation with other people. For instance, I say to you in the business, what is called customer satisfaction. It is kalyanamita, you know. How can we satisfy other people? Wherever you go to meet other people, that's important. You should provide, at least with your eyes and smile, and then saying something good, sit together, you offer something to, then happiness is there. Because everybody looking for the happiness. But it is not easy, to communicate with the conservative or radical Muslim. It is not easy. You know that I have a close relation with the previous terrorist. I have a close friend. It's my close friend. Ex-terrorist. Very nice, because we talk together. Oh, so Buddhism like that. Yes, this is Buddhism. This is why we have to have a close contact with the, what is called, the true Muslim. The true Muslim, which is the soft Muslim. Because as you know that in Indonesia, mostly Islam, Muslim, but only few Buddhists knowing about Islam. Actually, the Buddhists should know exactly about Islam because we are living in the majority, So I distributed a book concerning meeting between Islam and Buddhism, and written by the most respected writers, I only translate, translate and publish, and the minister also respected. For instance, next Saturday, I would meet with the Minister of Religious Affairs. I produced a book about Buddhist calendar and Waisak for 50 years, explaining how do we make a calculation in Sanskrit and closely to Chinese calendar and Balinese calendar. We are living in several calendars, international calendars, Chinese calendars mostly used by the Chinese, Balinese calendar mostly by the Hindu Buddhists, and then Javanese calendar using by the Javanese, whatever the religion. And how can I mix up it together? And this is the similarity of our national culture, and to make a decision what kind of Buddhist festival actually. So our effort like that. That's why we can live happily in the country. Even the number of Buddhists is going down because of the marriage. Because if the ladies or male is Muslim, cannot marry with a non. That's why, okay, then we can manage, That's it. You're welcome.
Right. Time for one last question. Anyone?
So the picture, the film is our temple, all meditation centers, in my temple, and then
Bodhigiri.
Bodhigiri, and then several temples, and the participants open because meditation is our local culture, There's no restriction about the stanza or the paritas. No, we avoid it. Rather, better the essence of this world.
One last question. No? Going once? Twice? Yeah, just maybe for everyone, if you like to happen to visit Indonesia, so Bhante Temple is located about 2 hours away from Surabaya. So there's a direct flight from Singapore to Surabaya, and then you can take a car ride for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. It's in a city called Malang, Batu Malang. And then, yeah, so the temple, it's really nice. I think there's a Buddhist school, Buddhist college also there. So if you happen to plan for a visit to Indonesia during any long weekend, you can probably just take a drive down there, go and join a one-day session meditation in the temple. I think it'll be quite nice.
And going to the mountain.
Yeah.
Because Singapore doesn't have mountain,
Yeah.
And also,
Bromo is close by.
Bromo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also close to Mount Bromo. So it's kind of like a same route if you happen to plan around that area. Okay. All right. So really, no last questions? All good? If yes, then I think thank you, Bhante, for sharing today with us. Yeah, let us all rejoice and by saying sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Right. Bhante, may I request you to lead us in the dedication of merits and give us your blessings.
Today you already have good deeds, pay respect to the Triratana, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and requesting for refuge, and promising to implement the Pancasila as good as possible for the benefit of other people as well as ourselves. Now it's a time for you to menyebarkan apa?
Dedicate,
To transfer your goodness to your ancestors, to your parents who passing away already, especially for the donators who already donate his money or effort to this temple. So we are hoping that they will reborn in the good realms, Yatha wariwaha pura paripurinti sagara. Ewa mewa itu dinang petanang upakapati. Icitang patitang tumhang kipamewa samicatu. Sape purintu sangkapa. Cando panaraso yata manicu tiraso yata. Sabitiyo viwacantu saparwa kawawina satu mate bawat wantarayo sukiti kayuko bawa apiwa danasili sadni cangwuta pacayino cataro Dhammawadanti ayuwannoa sukang balang teatalada sukita wirula buddha sasane aroka sukita hota sahasabehiyatibi ratanataya nupavena ratanataya tejasa dukaroka baya wera soka satu cupadawa Aneka andaraya bivina satu ase satoa Jaya sidi dana lapang soti bagyang sukang balang Siri ayu ca wanoja pokang wuti jaya sawa Satawa saja ayu ca jiwa sidi bawantute Bawatu sabba manggalang rakantu sabba dewata Sabba Buddha Nupavena Sadasoti Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabba Mangalang Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Dhamma Nupavena Sadasoti Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabba Mangalang Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Sangha Nupavena Sadasoti Bhavantu te.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Right. Pay respect to Bhante. I will say Okasa. Everybody can just follow and say one Bhante, and then we'll 3 times. Okay. Okasa Wandami Bhante.
Ayuwanoa sukang balang.
Right.
Sampai
Bhante will
jumpa
now leave.
next time.
Bhante is saying, see you again next time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bhante will now leave to the Sangha room. Yeah. Let's just be in Anjali.